The following content may contain elements that are not suitable for some audiences. Viewer discretion.
It seemed like the ship doesn't stand up to its name. This large ship named MV Soul of Light with the Panama flag was entering a port in the Semarang, Indonesia, with it following the direction of the port officers in charge. The result? Well, it's pretty predictable. This large ship ended crashing into one of the cranes at the port until it collapsed. These terrifying moments were caught on camera when the large ship hit the crane until it collapsed and almost hitting the port officers.
Hey! Lari! Lari! Hey!
This time, a ship containing 4,000 kiloliters of fuel oil crashed into a dock until it collapsed in Poso, Indonesia. As can be seen in the following video, how the dock officers were running around in panic, realizing that the ship was about to crash into the dock where they were. Although there were no fatalities, some pier facilities were severely damaged due to this horrific incident. Can you believe if a ship can break in half? A large ship named MV Arvin from Ukraine broke in half, then sank due to being hit by big waves followed by strong winds in the Black Sea on Sunday, January 17, 2021. In this scary footage, we can clearly hear how the captain of the ship shouted "Mayday" over and over again. Unfortunately, this large ship ended up sinking, which resulted in the death of several crew members. Perhaps we have always thought that ocean currents and strong wind gusts cannot shift the course direction of a large ship in the ocean. Well, today's video will show us the opposite. A large ship named MT Eastern Glory with a Mongolian flag hit a bridge in the Batam, Indonesia due to being carried away by the ocean currents followed by strong winds. As can be seen from the following video, how the MT Eastern Glory ship was swept away by ocean currents, which led the ship to drove up uncontrollably until it crashed into a bridge.
Gang!
Misfortune baffled the captain of this Malta-flagged ship. The large ship he was navigating suffered damage to its steering wheel, which caused the ship to lose control and crashed into a very luxurious historic mansion in Istanbul, Turkey. As we can see, this incident causing the historic house visitors rushing out in panic. By hearing the word super luxurious, of course, the loss suffered by the historic house owner was estimated at up to $34 million or around 490 billion rupiahs. Well, that's an insane amount of money, right? Can you imagine how it felt when the ship we were traveling in hit another ship? It will be terrible, right? This time, a ship not only hit one ship, but two ships in a row.
Oh. Yeah.
This incident occurred when one of the ships was carried away by very strong ocean currents and experienced problems with its anchor, causing it to crash into two other ships in a row who were anchoring in the water.
Waduh, rantai jangkarnya bertemu, Cap. Masuknya pinggir itu. Kursi.
This was possibly one of the craziest ship accidents ever caught on camera. A video shows horrifying moments when a giant cargo ship from Russia crashed into a bridge in Busan, Korea due to the ship's captain being drunk while navigating the ship. In the following video, you can see how this terrible incident caused some drivers on the bridge to panic.
Yes.
Let's see the video again. We can see clearly that this giant ship couldn't cross the bridge that stood still in front of it, right? But for this Russian captain, it could be that he has never acknowledged the term impossible in his country. Although there were no casualties, this scary incident caused quite severe damage to the ship and also the bridge. We don't know what was in the ship captain's mind, because he navigated his ship so fast when he was about to enter the port of Busan, Korea. We can already guess what happened next. The ship named MV Milano Bridge finally crashed into a crane because the captain who was driving the big ship was overly confident. Maybe the captain had forgotten if a big ship like that cannot slow its speeds down so suddenly like motorbikes or cars on land. Take a lesson, captain. This incident probably was the worst nightmare for every ship captain out there. How could it not be? Two super large ships, a cargo transport ship from Turkey and a cargo ship from Vietnam, collided with each other in the Singapore Strait in 2013. This terrible incident occurred when the smaller ship turned left all of a sudden, which resulted in closing the road for the largest ship beside it. Luckily, no one was injured except, of course, the severe damages experienced by the two ships. What you are seeing here is not a CGI effect of a famous Hollywood film, but it is a real thing. The engine of this giant barge suddenly broke down and the steering wheel died, which caused the barge to become uncontrollable. Then it crashed into a bridge and collapsing the bridge into the Tai Chin River, Nakhon Pathom province in Thailand. Maybe you will say, it doesn't look like the ship hit the bridge. It's more like the bridge crashing into the ship. Well, if you look carefully at the video, the ship did nudge one of the main pillars of the bridge. Maybe because the bridge is old, so it collapsed immediately. The good news is, there were no casualties as a result of this terrible incident.